Okay.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for coming to today's February 23rd, 2023 meeting on Zoom. The first item we'd like to do is roll call. Joanne, do you roll for us?
Yep, I'll be doing roll call. So President Sanchez,
Here.
Vice President Tamar Hawapali, Secretary Nicole Rogers,
Here.
Treasurer Jane Mack,
Here.
Director Benavidez,
Here.
Director Bill Bray Axelrod, Director Creer, Director James,
Here.
Director Ortiz,
Here.
Director Michelle Sanders,
Here.
Director Turner Whiteley, Director Chris Way.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you very much, Joanne. Next item is public comment. Do we have anything for public comment from anyone, Joanne?
Nope, we have no one signed up for public comment.
Okay, thank you. Moving on, I need a motion on the floor for board action to accept the proposed agenda.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
who was that?
Nicole.
Oh, thank you, Nicole. Okay, very good. So I have a motion on the floor for board action to accept proposed agenda. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Aye.
Any nays? Okay, no nays. Action passes. The next item is discussion and possible action regarding the foundation gala originally scheduled for November 4th, 2023. I know that Joanne is going to update us on her conversations with Area 15. And originally, like I said, it was proposed November the 4th, but they have come to us asking, proposing a different date because they're going to have a festival. And Joanne, will you let us know what your conversations have been since then?
Yes, I've had two conversations with Area 15. The first one was the day after our last meeting, which was last Thursday, the 16th, and another one on this past Monday, the 20th. And they are willing to void our agreement so that we can receive the $10,000 deposit back. There'll be no penalty for canceling the agreement. And the reason that I say that is they were just asking us to move, not to cancel, but they really want to partner with the library. So the original contract was the $10,000 deposit, and if we canceled, we were liable for the remaining 40+ thousand for canceling. But they are willing to waive all that and return the $10,000 to the foundation's account. And if that's approved, I can send them the information so that they can do a wire transfer. They did give me dates for 2024 that I would like to share with everyone. So right now they have every weekend available in October of 2024. They have holds, but they have no committed contracts. So at this point, people are just holding the dates. And then for November of 2024, they have November 9th, November 16th, and November 23rd. And I honestly don't think that any of those days are good days, because I think there's an election next year in 2024. And there's also, they'll be bringing back the F1 race, and we know it will be in November, but we don't have the November dates yet. So if we are looking to stay with Area 15, we can choose a weekend in October, or and I think it was Director Ortiz, Trustee Ortiz at the last meeting, wanted us to look at other venues as well. So the nice thing is that we will get the refund back. It will be wired if that's what the board would like. And then we can move forward with the two ad hoc committees that were approved at our last meeting last Thursday and start planning so that we can present to the board at the May meeting, if everyone would so choose to move forward that way. And we can still look at Area 15 and we can look at other venues as well.
Okay, thank you so much for that report. Do we have any questions from the board? Any comments?
Madam Chair, just Felipe Ortiz, just a quick comment. Thank you,
Yeah.
Joanne. You did very well. First of all, delineating the dates and events that are occurring in November that would kind of hamper our ability to have an event. And then most importantly, being able to extract our money back. And so now we're left with, do we want to do it there? I would say yes, if we could find a date because of their generosity, and his generosity because you have a contract with them. But if we can find a date there, that would be my preference in October. And then in October, there's concerts. I know there's the this back in the day concert. They just added another concert on 22nd, 23rd of October. It doesn't really apply to us, but the traffic, the events, the sponsors. Halloween is never good. Nevada Day is never good. If anybody has a calendar for those days. The weather is near perfect in October. Let me see what else goes on in October. My wife usually signs me up for all kinds of stuff, but
Joanne, this Chris Way, I have a question regarding the venue. So did they make or will they make any allowance for parking for the gala? The reason I ask, of course, this is a normally busy venue with tourists and locals anyway, and having been there, I know parking can be an issue. So did they offer any kind of reserved parking for our guests?
Yes, we were going to be working with a valet parking vendor
Okay,
as we progressed. And right outside of that area, the tented area, there's a parking lot that they were dedicating to our event
okay, cool. And then
for the valet. And people have a choice to park as well, but there was a dedicated spot for valet.
sure, okay. We might just want to do a little more due diligence on valet in other galas, like for example, like the Four Seasons where you have to valet, guests often have to wait an extended amount of time to get their cars,
Yes.
something to consider. So I kind of based on these considerations, and since they've graciously allowed us to have the refund over $10,000, I certainly would give them preference based on we've already committed, but just for those other factors, we may want to do due diligence on some other venues just in case, considering the time frame. And then I'll just, since I've got the mic on the dates, there's always something going on in Las Vegas that's that's a conflict. I would say just make sure don't do it on a Sunday. If we got a Raiders home game, that'd probably be the big one. But there's going to be other, guaranteed be a Golden Knights game on whatever day we pick.
Right.
So you're never going to get away from that completely. But it's obviously the big ones, and we're far enough in advance that hopefully we're not bumping into somebody else's gala. As far as
And we'll do the research, Director Way. I'll work with the ad hoc committee. We'll pull the data and we'll see, what's annual, what's coming up, what we think we should forecast for. But definitely think we stay away from November. And, we look at the other dates. And then we'll also do a comparison of other venues as well. But they are really accommodating, and they really want to stay partners with the library.
super.
which I appreciate, and I think we're smart to look at other venues as well, because if they were kind of quick to ask us to move our date this year, what happens if someone comes next year and says, hey, we have a bigger festival that'll make us all more money?
Mhm.
So it's always nice to have something in the background just in case they decide. I just don't want to keep getting into this where they're like, hey, you guys, here, we're giving you guys off for, half off, and we really want to partner with you, but can you move again? So I like
Yeah.
that we're looking for somebody else too.
Yep, I agree. Thank you, Director Rogers.
So I'm looking at the calendar and it looks like October 4th and 5th are good days. October 11th and 12th are good days. Those are Fridays and Saturdays. October 18th and 19th are good. I don't remember what the state policy is regarding Nevada Day. I don't know. It looks like I don't know if we would celebrate Nevada Day on the 25th or the day after Nevada Day, because it falls on a weird calendar, if you're looking at the calendar for 2024. But so it looks like there are good days, but you're right, Nicole. What would happen if we planned it and then they said, oh, we want to move you? So I guess that's the only issue that I would have, is that if we go full throttle on this and then somehow, some way we find out that's not going to work.
Right now, if I can make a statement, President Sanchez, they were just asking. We had the contract, so we were locked in. We always have the right to say no. Once that contract signed, like with these dates that he said that he had in October, they're just hold, so there's no contract. But with us, they had to come and ask, and we could have said, no, we want to keep that date. So once that contract signed, we're in charge of what we'd like to do, just so that everyone's aware. I just want everyone to feel comfortable. And I think if we come back with a proposal from 3 venues, or if you'd like 4, we'll go to 4, but I think 3 will give us a good kind of, a high, medium, and a low, or maybe they'll all be around the same price and offering the same thing.
I honestly think that because everything is going up in price, I think that even if we were to look at your numbers when you first went to Red Rock and you went to another venue, I think we might find the prices more now because of what's going on. But I think the fact that they're, being good partners and even willing to give us the contract. I signed the contract. There is no out on the contract. So the fact that they would be willing to do that is very, very kind to them. I think just as a board, we need to discuss, what is it that the board wants? What are you guys comfortable with? You have 2 options. One is, you can ask for the $10,000 back, and then we can ask them to hold for November, but we don't hold anything because we don't have a contract with them. You can ask Joanne to go back and solicit more people or more venues and find out the price, but it's really all up to what the comfort of the board is. I do feel more comfortable. I will say though this, I am more comfortable knowing that we have time, that whatever we decide to do, whenever we decide to do it, because clearly the date that we currently have for November 4th of this year is not going to work. I feel better knowing that, the board will be able to help Joanne raise funds in a significant amount of time versus having a very small window of time. So those are my comments.
And I have no further comments. So at this point, someone would on the board would just need to make a motion.
I would like to move that we ask for our reimbursement back and direct Joanne to go ahead and look for at least 3 more venues options and bring that back to the board.
Okay. There's a motion on the floor. Can
I'll
I?
second the motion.
Sorry, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Chris Way, speaking for the record, I will second the motion.
Okay. We have a motion on the floor. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, seeing none, the motion carries.
And then President Sanchez, I just have one question. I went through the meeting last time, but I don't have names of who's on the committees, on the 2 ad hoc committees that we created. I know that Trustee Director Ortiz wanted to be on one of the ad hoc committees, but I just don't have any names so that I'll know who I'll be working with when we do these committee meetings.
I will have to look at my notes because I don't have them on me, but I do have notes from that meeting.
Yeah, we talked about names for the workforce board, for the working board between the foundation and the library district, but there was nothing with names. It was just a motion to approve this ad hoc committee with 3 people,
Okay.
and it was approved.
You know what? Now that you're saying that, I do remember that.
Yeah, Trustee Ortiz did those 2 motions.
Okay, that's right. Let me circle back and I will find out for you and send you an email.
Okay, and then, we'll start planning meetings, we'll do Zoom, we'll start doing some site locations if any of those members would like to come with me. And then when we present in May, we'll have something really valid for everyone to look at.
Okay, very good. Joanne, we all want to thank you very much for everything that you've been doing, because it's a lot, and we just want you to know that we appreciate it.
Well, thank you, and I appreciate everyone on the board as well. It's just it's a good team. We're gonna raise a lot of money, and it's gonna be a wonderful event, annual event, because it really benefits the community.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, with that, I'm assuming there's no other public comment.
There is no other public comment.
Okay, very good. I motion to adjourn this meeting. Thank you very much, everyone, and we will talk to you soon. And we'll be sending out an email from additional information that you may need regarding the gala. We'll be working with Joanne on that. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
Have a good evening. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.